Hi guys, so this is a video I wanted to make. It's a whole song played fingerstyle that's never been featured on this channel, but at some point in the song there's 3 bends that occur. So I thought when that point comes up I would show you a sneaky trick to reassure yourself that you're bending right. And I'm going to show you the whole song as well, played fingerstyle on the Gibson, the vintage Gibson here. So I thought we would just take it slow, and then on the shorts channel I'm putting up shorts. So later on I'll do like a full seamless playthrough via shorts. Like I often do. I still have shorts from the last harmonica tutorial to put up. But anyway, starts off, you can see here I have the 3rd finger. First of all, you can notice that there's a heartbeat kind of thing going on the thickest string. That's played with the thumb. So the first thing you hear is the thickest string played open. And then that slide. A slide from the 2nd fret to the 4th fret on that thickest string using the ring finger here. And you can almost hear there's kind of a mute associated with that. Then my index finger is now on the 2nd fret 5th string to do a hammer on the 4th fret 5th string. That's what I get for looking at the camera. Alright, got that? Now here we go. And that sound is our index fingers here, 2nd fret, D string. And then we're kind of pinching with the thumb and the middle finger on the thickest string and the 4th string. I haven't done a guitar tutorial in a while. Not like this. And that has a mute too. Now the thumb is going steady, right? But what it's doing now is this, which is quite a bit different from if I grab the pick for just a second. It's a little different than, right? That's let's see. It's got a certain feel to it. And that's with our thumb on the back of the neck. Here's our index finger, 2nd fret, D string, or 4th string. And we're going pinky, adding the pinky to the 5th fret and the 4, and taking it off, and then back on. And that's with the thumb we're playing strings 6 and 5. And I've actually never played this on this model guitar. I've only played it on the Martin. So this will take some getting used to. I just said I'm going to learn it on the Martin, and then when it comes time to play, I wanted to see how it sounded on this. And that time I missed a string. So that's the trick, is to strum them both with the thumb. It's kind of unusual. So the thumb's going to keep going. It's just like many of the fingerstyle videos I've done before. The thumb is continuous. Alright, so let's see what comes next. But first of all, I want to point out one little tip also, is that you're not palm muting constantly. I'll show you the other hand. I'll swivel the music stand over, but you're not constantly palm muting. You have to use it with your own discretion. That's the sound you want. So there, it's still going, and now the palm muting kind of begins, and you're going. So you guys know I got that gospel guitar. Well, this is a gospel progression kind of, or a gospel move, you could say. E to A, back to E. Where was I? Let's do like this. There we go. So that's just, we're doing a hammer on. We're playing with our middle finger and our ring finger on the right hand. We're playing strings 2 and 3. And then doing that hammer. And anytime you play a blues, you would think of this hammer on. You hear me do it all the time on so many songs, and you generally, it's something you can include, like by default. This hammer on. Then I'm going to A. And then adding one more note, which is then the string, which is also the E, of course. So, and I'm still refining this. Alright, we got that now. So now, see, this is really the gospel part right here. The slide. And you've heard me do this many times too. This is the basis for a lot right here. Same strings. I meant to clip my fingernails right before I hit record. I got long fingernails. Oh well. We're sliding. This is basically our index finger, first finger's on second fret of the B string. Middle finger, third fret of the G. And our, on our right hand, it's our middle finger playing the G string, and our ring finger playing the B string. This is the A shape that, they're not cramming all the hands in one fret. It's this one. And the hammer again. Now let's see what comes next. So back up a little bit. Okay, I remember now. So now you're doing a little percussive hit where you go and you tap the guitar like this, just with your fingernails. You go. Now I'm making this classic move. Okay, it's B7, going to B7. You know how to do that. On the 5th string that's played with the thumb. How about now? Check this out. You haven't heard anything quite like that yet, have you? That's pinching. And you notice that heartbeat of the thumb stops, right? I need to break that down to you. Maybe I can just show you that. Holding down the B7, right? Alright. I'm still holding down my B7. There's the walk up to it. Right? There's a lot of ways you could play this, quite frankly. Alright, so here we go. Notice the timing on that. Alright, so now, that sounded right. So now there's a slide. We're going to slide with the ring finger. 5th string, 4th fret to the 6th fret. Now here's a very interesting and probably the most challenging part, so pay attention to this. Now we're going to make a little bar here on the middle two strings. While maintaining that, we're going to do this. Let me see. No, actually, I gotta explain a little bit. I don't know if I can. So you're starting out, you're maintaining what's happening here at the 4th fret. You can see what I'm doing, and it's the middle two strings I'm playing with the index and the middle finger, right? Once we get to that point, you can see I'm here now with the this bar here is at the 6th fret, then it's going 7. So you're gonna have to work out that part yourself a little bit. Now there's a hammer on. Sorry, wrong string there. It's the second time I did that too. Because it is tricky, because it switches a little bit. See this hammer on? Now this is a real quick move. Slide. Sliding on with the ring finger. Fret 6 to 4. Real fast. And then at the 2nd fret, 5th string. Now here comes the bending part. Now first we play this note here. 4th fret, 5th string. Now here's a note we're going for with the bend. So if you know there your notes on your guitar, strings on your fretboard, you'll know A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. So we're playing the note C sharp, we want this. Okay. So here's the sneaky trick is you take this, which was acting up before, snark tuner, Diodario clips tuner, which I thought I preferred to the snark. But this is how we're going to check it. And it shows you that this is the note D here. So you got your C sharp. So what you want to do is push down to where you're pinching. That's a perfect bend right there. So we rewatch this video as many times as you need to see that. It needs to feel just right. And it showed up on the tuner as a box. Tuner's right here. Now I'll show you the next one. Remember that? That's it. That's the note. So now we're back here again, and we're going, this is the other bend you need to master. We're going F sharp to G. I'm talking about bends you need to master on the acoustic guitar, because it's not easy. It's not going to be easy on your fingers, believe me. So we're going F sharp to G, right? So here, you got to work it out. Is that right? Am I bending too hard? Write it down in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. There we are. You see? And you want to do that twice. So I said it's 3 bends. One of them actually occurs twice, so you want to make sure it sounds accurate. You can compare it to each time you do it. It really happens kind of fast. Then you do something really cool where you go tap the strings again while holding down the E chord, and with our index finger pull on that D string. Okay. So we're not done yet. That is a way you can effortlessly check your bending. No, you don't want to rely on it too much, but it'll give you that confidence, that peace of mind. And I showed you with something brand new. So then it repeats. Well, after you do this, check this out. You want to learn that? So that's the ending. See, I'm putting it all together for you. So, well, you know this part. You know the beginning. That's the same. Now here we go. We're staying on it. So we're taking this shape, we're sliding it. But here's the interesting thing. When we get to this, which is effectively, you can think of it as an A chord. When you get to this, you're actually switching. Your thumb is now doing the only thing different it's done the whole time. Now the thumb is switching to the A string, or the 5th string, right? So just listen with your ears for a minute. Let's see, where were we? And the last thing there is adding the pinky to the, that's the 7th fret, 2nd string. Okay? So I think now we can look at the right hand a little bit better. I was going to put it down here to look at the right hand a little bit lower. But let's see if this works. That's not bad. That's not bad. Get a little closer to it. Because I like to show you both hands to give you a sense. You know. Can you see all 6 strings though? Yeah, I wanted it a little bit. I'm sorry about this, but this is what we gotta do. Well, anyway, we'll just go from there. Here we go, so check it out. There's the first part. See what my thumb's doing? So pay attention to what my thumb's doing. See how it's able to get both of those strings? And notice, pay attention to how I do that subtle muting. Listen to this vintage Gibson, looks so cool on the camera. Now this is why I told my friend Frank's advice. He never got back to me about what jumbo guitar he plays, but he said dreadnoughts are set up for fingerstyle usually. And I said, well, I got my Gibson LG 2 3/4. That's what's set up for fingerstyle. But yeah, and you can hear why. So that's that part when I meant hit the strings like that. It's not like you're not going way across. You're just, it's a percussive hit. You could even hit the instrument, but the point is you're keeping the tempo going, right? And I say fingerstyle guitar because you can actually look at this saddle, how low it is. I have gotten buzzing out of this guitar before, playing certain things, but it really depends what you play. Alright, so we got a little bit, went through about half our time. With the zoom in camera, I actually have 40 minutes, so I could recap what you do. First thing is this thickest string. Then a slide, right? 2nd fret to 4th fret. That's the hammer on. And then the pinch. That's with our index finger on the fourth string, second fret. And you're always monitoring your thumb, your palm. You don't want it to drone, but it could. That's the hammer on. So that's strings 3 and 2 with a hammer on. Notice the timing on this. That's also strings 3 and 2. But we're sliding index finger, second fret, second string, middle finger or second finger, third fret, third string. But we're sliding. That's where we start, but we're sliding. Now remember this. See, my thumb's not doing anything at this point. Now you notice this is a little switch though. Now we're using our index fingers out of the equation. And then it comes back. Another hit. Remember, if you need to go back and watch the beginning part where I showed you precisely how to do it, go back and you can slow down. What I recommend is always slow things down. And the other one is like kind of like a Johnny Cash twangy thing. You could think of it. I often think of it that way. You remember this? A smack, and then just a quick. You just kind of hook it while holding down an E chord. Remember that E chord. And this repeats. Sounds great. Well, I actually wasn't going to record this video tonight. I lied down a little bit and it was a horrible headache today. It occurred late in the day. But I went through at the parade, and I'll tell you the day I had to work, and I'll just tell you that night that I knew I had to work, I knew how it was literally the most stressful day of the whole year, as far as work. And I've done this once before, and I've done this previously at McDonald's. I know what it was going to be. I couldn't sleep. I went, it was about 9 o'clock or 10. I said, I want like 3 or 4 hours sleep. Just give me something. I was there, laying there all night long, just hollow. Nothing happened. I set the alarm for 6 hours, laid there the whole time, then the alarm went off. There was no unconsciousness. I was just awake the entire time. Terrible. And I somehow went and did everything perfect. My boss sent me on break right before we got slammed. And when I came back, I just kind of had to help out. And I kind of skipped that, what I went through last year in some way. And I got out early, which didn't happen last year. So in other words, I survived, survived through it another year. So, I don't have the 3 days off this week, unfortunately, that I like to have. I am recording this tonight, so you'll probably get 1 or 2 more things out of me. But this is the one I wanted to make because this is a brand new piece of music, and I said this would be good to think about how to bend, because if I just throw this on one more time, because this guitar actually was in tune as soon as I picked it up, and this is with the vintage tuners, and one of them likes to slip, but I picked it up, and it was spot on. It's fine. With the bending, everything's fine. I might throw that back on and we can check out that Johnny Cash thing again. But yeah, a lot of the stuff you see with this fingerstyle, aside from the bending, this is also a fingerstyle lesson. As that continuous thumb. It's always there. And another thing that was on my mind today, this will be a different video topic, but I wrote down the topic idea, which is when you start getting good, this is what happens. And it is that you can start to play what's in your head. Things start appearing in your head, and all of a sudden you can play them. And that's what happens when you get good, and I'll talk about that more, because I'm starting to get better. To where things start popping in my head, and I can just make them, create them sonically. And that, what that is really? That's your ear developing, and that's your musicianship developing. And don't think we're done with this song, but I thought this would be a perfect example of how to bend on the acoustic guitar. Because frankly, I'm more of a person who's better at bending on the harmonica, I think, at this point. I started on the electric guitar, which is much easier for bending. But don't think just because you played the acoustic, you're gonna get off scot-free on bending. No, you have to work on this stuff as well. Plus, it's an awesome piece of music I just showed you. It's basically country blues, fingerstyle country blues, but there's a lot of elements to it. There's ragtime. I don't know what exactly I'm going to title it. Oh, How to Bend on the Acoustic Guitar. That's what I'm going to title it. That's what I should have played in the beginning. That would have hooked your attention. But yeah, for our last 10 minutes here, let's scroll over, if we even have 10 minutes. Because I've showed you this hand, I've showed you what I wanted to show you. The video could end now and it would still be a success. I got a terrible headache today, but I'm glad I made this video. Glad I got it out of the way. Because something just compelled me to make it. I'm just looking at this 1950s guitar here. Looking at the binding, looking at everything about it. This guitar's got cracks. It doesn't bother me. A lot of the best guitars in the world have had cracks and stuff like that. It's a great piece. And then Downtown Sound's never getting back to me, and I was gonna empty my bank account. I don't think I can buy that D45 Dreadnought. It's still there last I checked. I may go in person though. When the parade just ended, and that was a big thing on my mind. Now that that's over, I may just go and check it out. We'll see. Alright, so anyway, let's get to that part about the bending again at the end. throw the tuner on. No, here we are. Now that's it. I kind of jumped around a little bit there, but like I said, this ain't gonna be the shorts version. Why the shorts channel gets all the views, I have no idea. But yeah, we're going for the note D. And this is all done with the index finger here, so that's, you're not getting any help. Your index finger is going to be in pain if you're not used to this. Your finger is going to be, your skin is going to be peeling off of it, you know. So just get that in your ear. And technically, you probably could slide if you really, I mean, let me just. I guess you could. I mean, not maybe not here. That would be a little bit. But I guess you could slide there. But this one would be hard to avoid. And see that you hit the note G, and that's what you need. You go in F sharp, G. And after a while, you know, you won't have to second guess it. This one here, I would say, is a little bit harder, despite the thickest string obviously being thicker. But that's a bend you're probably more familiar with. But if I can find the, I'm going to turn this off because I don't want to destroy the battery on this. If I can go back and watch this and I can find the clip of me demonstrating it, and I can make a shorts out of it, which I often do. Like I often make little shorts out of my long videos. Then I may do that, but the longer the video is, the harder it is to find little pieces of it, and it also takes up too much storage space. Yeah, the guitar's perfectly in tune. I don't know if this guitar sounds better than the Martin for fingerstyle, but I definitely wanted to make this video on this, and I think it is louder, despite its diminutive proportions, like I've said. But I mean, look at this thing. The center seam separation. Look at this. But you put some new strings on. Look at this right here, from where the bridge wasn't cared for right, and they swirled it around or something. This thing is straight up mojo machine. But also, it's, you know, pay attention to when I'm going like. You know, that's a lot different than. First of all, this is played with a pick. You're going to have to adjust your technique to just use your thumb. Just like you're going to have to adjust your technique to really pinch those strings to nail the bend. It's something you have to practice like anything else. The more you avoid it, you know, the more work you're going to have to do later, because bending is an expressive part of, just like on the harmonica. I was just watching this video that I'm going to speak about. It's John Gindick having an amazing tone, how to give your harmonica a cry And you should have heard what he was doing, and it was involved starting off kind of quiet, then getting loud, and then getting kind of trailing off again. And pitch-wise, it had to do with bending as well. And you can't avoid these sort of expressive things, but you don't want to be in the middle of playing second-guessing yourself. So behind closed doors, that's a little trick you can do to master, and then you just, you know, continue playing. You don't want to rely on these little hacks and whatnot, but I definitely thought that was worthwhile speaking about. And I wanted to say this, I do a similar thing on the harmonica sometimes. If I'm working out a video of someone playing or myself playing and I want to double check my bending, I'll minimize the video of me playing. I'll get out this harmonica tuner app, and then I will play with the video minimized so that every note I play appears on the tuner app, and it just reassures me, double checks all my bending, and sometimes it goes haywire like these little tuners do, but no, I do it on both instruments. Not all the time, but sometimes it's just, that's called practicing, man. You know, and that's something to do. Get this app called Harmonica Tuner. You can minimize the videos of you playing a bend. You select what key it is, because there's every key you can imagine. Select your key, and then begin either playing live or playing back the video of you playing the notes and bending. And it'll show you whether or not you're hitting the bends that you want. So this is similar. Obviously, it's not the same. It's not on the phone. But that's also what I wanted to say. It's a similar, you know, it's a method. How you're physically doing it, well, you have to have tough hands, you know. Just like on the harp, you have to learn how to tap your tongue and whatnot. My calluses were starting to go away, but believe you me, this will bring them right back. Alright guys, well we're almost 40 minutes in. It's going to cancel out any second now. I think I said everything I wanted to say. And don't forget the new piece. That's what happens when I don't have cut fingernails. Believe it or not, it adjusts your whole posture, and everything comes on your fingernails. You'd never think so. If you have long fingernails, you start to slouch over. You start to compensate for the fact that your fingers aren't flat on the fretboard. Yeah, pretty sweet. Oh, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll just play until it turns off. Or should I salvage my storage space? Let me know in the comment section below. Check that out. Yeah, this room is as peaceful as it once was in terms of the layout, in terms of what's behind. Not in the camera, looks fine. But this is the best room for. Got my music stand. It's directly across. You know, it's not on a chair, so it's level with the fretboard. You can see what I'm doing. The only thing I don't have is another little screen showing the other hand going at the same time. I'm not that advanced. Alright guys, I'm going to go so I don't have issues uploading this. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, I wanted to say that I'll be coming back with all those requests. I got a couple, about 3 or 4 requests that I got to get to, but just been busy. So I think I'll do the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I'll start tabbing that out. I've never played along with that on guitar, so we'll see if that's possible. That's one, and I'll start listening to this Elvis song, and then I got another one from a guy. So just know, you know, I'll get to it. This is something I wanted to do because I've actually been working out this piece of music for a little while, like a couple of weeks. You know, pieced it together, not every day, but here and there. And then I thought, what am I going to call it? What am I going to call it? And I thought, well, this would be a good idea to showcase how to actually bend on the acoustic guitar. So, and then I dug out the Gibson LG 2 3/4 and played it for the first time tonight on this, and I gotta say, did not disappoint.